time. I mean, we're talking about per month, women on average, or is it every 2 weeks? See, now I got to go look that up because one of them shows that women make about 10 cents per hour more than men, and one of them shows they make almost $2 more than men. And I'm pretty sure the one that says they make $2 and is probably not correct, but statistically, I mean, what we're looking at is that men work on average a lot more overtime, and we're also supposed to consider that that's either time and a half overtime or double overtime, depending on which state. They're working a lot more overtime than women on average, a whole lot more than women on average. Now, when we look at the sheer quantity of overtime that men work, and we're talking about double overtime, we're figuring that into that $49,000 per year that they're on average. If women were earning time and a half or double overtime and working the same amount of overtime as men, they'd be getting about $52,000. Now, normally I cite my sources. This information is about a year old. But the thing that I thought was hilarious about that is this is coming from a man. You know, they're trying to claim that, of course, women are paid less than men, but they don't bring up the fact that women work less than men. Women work a lot less than men. Women don't work nearly as much on paying wages as men. Meanwhile, we are also learning and seeing that fathers are the primary caregivers in most of these relationships. I mean, primary caregivers at home. These guys get off work, they go home. They're wondering why the fuck their kid has a shit rash. So they're changing a diaper that hasn't been changed all day because their wife is too depressed to change a fucking diaper. And then this guy's got to deal with that. And he's trying his best. He's got to understand that she's allowed to be depressed. Especially after having a kid, she's allowed to be depressed. He's trying to do his best to work overtime to cook meals when he gets home. I know many fathers who are taking care of their kids and taking care of basically an extra kid in addition to that. One thing that I feel bad about after living with Rayanna Ingersoll, one thing I feel horrible for her husband for is that he wasn't raising 2 kids of his own, he was raising 3 kids. He was taking care of 3 children. Rayanna Ingersoll was not a functional human being at that point. She remained too fucked up. Oxygen deprivation from alcohol to be a productive human being, to even think straight. All this stuff ties in together. You want to ignore it. You want to ignore science and talk about God. You want to ignore facts and tell me that I'm a devil worshiper. I must be a devil worshiper because I speak out about evil Christians. Evil Christians. People who are abusing that book and the belief system therein to manipulate others. There's a lot of people I believe to be good Christians. People like Brenda Dickinson. People like Rod Wright. People who showed their true colors when it came to telling the truth. When it came to showing that they did care. That they did care about the 10 Commandments. That they did care that the right thing be done. What did these drug addicts in Natalie's family and these child rapists go to after doing that to try to get sympathy? Religion. Just like Mark Richmond after sexually molesting his own, you know what? Yeah, and people will protect Mark Richmond. People from the church will protect Mark Richmond. People from the church, people from the criminal justice system, people who are now in jail and prison, took part in multiple jurisdictions with helping Scott DaCosta get away with his crimes, Leslie Snell getting away with her crimes, Robert Warnick, the registered sex offender, getting away with his. I'm not the bad guy for telling the truth. I'm not the bad guy for recording the truth. For getting sick of having to walk 13 fucking blocks, all fucking weavy-wavy through the tiny town of Chapel, Nebraska, for what should only be a 2 to 3 block walk from Dallas Richmond's house to the fucking post office. Everything in that town for me to try to walk on fucking eggshells in that goddamn town so that everybody is fucking happy. No matter what, they're still gonna call in and fucking complain, and they're calling up my predators like Scott DaCosta to complain about me. I literally got to do stuff like I did yesterday anywhere because I'm fucking a homeless male. I am a homeless male in the United States. It is assumed that I must be a druggie and a criminal and a child molester and a rapist and a woman beater. No, that's your fucking dad, stupid. Stop blaming me for Ted Bollinger. You get to see in these recordings what these officers, sure, they're fucking nice, but they're violating the shit out of some goddamn rights, ain't they? Playing fucking stupid after the fact. You know what? If they're that fucking stupid, they are not qualified for the positions they hold. I told about these situations with these predators, that they were working together, that my predators were coordinating. When other predators got busted lying, these predators who were supposed to be helping me turn in the crimes against me, when they got busted lying, they went to the predators that they were supposed to be helping me to turn in, who they had promised and sworn up and down and fucking played. This is called gaslighting. Played like they were going to. No, they were looking for any excuse to stab me in the fucking back. That's called gaslighting. Pretending you're going to help somebody who is an at-risk adult, who desperately needs that help, who is telling you about abuse, and you literally go out of your way to abuse them, to help their predators get away? Especially after knowing I recorded it. You are literally going to say that I lied and slandered about something that you fucking verified in your own fucking voice, and it's on my fucking YouTube channel. Not only that, that you verified that you knew those things, going, some of you all the way well back before Natalie was fucking killed, some of you all the way back before I even knew Natalie, about situations that they tried to pretend all sorts of fucked up shit. My predators in law enforcement and my gaslighters work together. They have every reason to. There are fucking prison sentences abound. Yes, that is absolutely motive for everything that they have done, up to and including murder. And yes, there are several people who are dead since I started working with Megan Misigatis, as well as Marcia Estrada, because they wanted to take their dear sweet time telling me it wouldn't work. Weren't even willing to try because it wouldn't work. When Marcia Estrada realized that she had been recorded saying that, she did her job and told Penny Cooper to do her fucking job. And Penny Cooper refused. Marcia Estrada did the right thing to cover her own ass. And Penny Cooper did exactly the right thing to prove I was telling the truth. Penny Cooper refused to do her job. She wanted to keep on beating a dead horse on the housing situation and continue to ignore the repeated and rampant abuse. Why do these criminals get away with it? All law enforcement are criminals. You cannot be a law enforcement officer if you are an honest person. If you are autistic, being a law enforcement officer, despite the fact that people want to pretend that we don't have emotions, autistic people, as law enforcement officers, are extremely likely to kill themselves. That's not from a lack of conscience.